This is Grahamstown, a small city in the southeast of South Africa, founded in 1812 as a military garrison. It was established as an outpost along the frontier, primarily to create boundaries between the European settlers and the Xhosa people. Many battles were fought in the surrounding area, and it is known as frontier country. With the passing of time, it became a focal point of local trade, and many of the 1820 English settlers, who had anticipated becoming farmers, congregated in the area and became traders and artisans. At one time, it was the second largest city in the Cape Colony. But being situated in a predominantly agricultural area and isolated from normal trade routes, it offered little to attract industrial investment. Developing countries need education, and Grahamstown became recognized as a center of educational excellence. A number of top-achieving South African private schools are situated in Grahamstown, attracting students from across the African continent. Rhodes University is also situated here, with a student population of around 7,000. Grahamstown is also the home of the National Arts Festival. It is the third largest arts festival in the world. This annual festival attracts interest from both local and international visitors. But the situation in the Eastern Cape province in general is dire. We have approximately 68% of the population unemployed. Although we are 17 years into democracy, the circumstance of the majority of black residents has not significantly improved. Despite providing government-subsidized housing and municipal utilities, the very evident separation of the haves and have-nots is a cause for concern. Adding to the problem, medical issues such as TB and HIV/AIDS have not been addressed with vigor, and although Grahamstown has a number of top-achieving private schools, the education situation in other areas is less than ideal. The township schools have a poor graduation record, so it is hard for youngsters to escape the poverty trap. There are many reasons for this. Teachers with inadequate training, governmental education policy errors, a poorly managed schooling system where there are often as many as 60 children in a classroom. Additionally, the underlying poverty in the area is a cause of poor nutrition in school children, many arriving at school without having eaten, and this often contributes to lethargy and poor concentration. A limited number of state schools in Grahamstown offer a high quality and well-rounded education. Very few pupils from less affluent areas attend these schools. In many cases, the cost of transport is prohibitive. Tragically, these are the schools which offer the best hope of producing the educated children that South Africa needs to build a solid middle class amongst the black population. Small communities like Grahamstown are often more aware of these issues, and Grahamstonians have a proud record of charitable intervention. In South Africa, this is broadly termed Ubuntu, which is a principle of helping your fellow citizen as a way of expressing your humanity. Translated, it means people are people through other people. There is no doubt that two of the most active and entirely voluntary groups in Grahamstown are the two Rotary clubs of District 9320. They work on an ongoing basis to help alleviate poverty, improve education, assist with old age, frail care, hospice and health facilities. None of these things would be possible without the help of fellow Rotarians, and we have both a geographical and emotional link with District 5000 in Hawaii.
About 8 or 9 years ago, I was asked to present a toast to another club in the world from a point where our club is in District 9320, our club is in Grahamstown here, and I thought I would take a point through the center of the earth and see what Rotary Club occurred way far away. And it turned out to be a point 500 kilometers north of Hawaii. And so I selected the club of North Hawaii, and we've had a wonderful relationship with that club since that first contact that we made those many years ago.
The Grahamstown Area District Relief Association, known as GADRA, is a large charity-based organization that employs full-time staff. Its main thrust is on improving literacy in both adults and children. It also provides educational bursaries and concentrates on improving educational standards in the township schools. Old age homes and frail care facilities need urgent help because the government has withdrawn all financial support for them. Rotary has equipped a palliative care unit at the local state hospital. This project was funded by the Rotarians with help from clubs in District 50/50 in Canada and America. It has 10 single wards and a children's ward for 8 children. In the future, it is hoped to set up a palliative care training facility and an oncology subunit. Rotary and the Society of St. John have established a project that subsidizes the cost of spectacles for elderly indigent persons and for needy school children, nearly all of whom are black. Although they get partial government funding, some high-quality state schools struggle to provide an appropriate level of teaching for the 21st century, a situation where Rotary has stepped in and provided appropriate facilities. 2 schools have received computer laboratories. Each has about 50 screens. School desks have been supplied to another. Textbooks, library books, copiers and other support equipment have been placed in several township schools. Without Bill, his fellow District 5000 members and others, none of these essential projects would have been possible.
Aloha to the Rotarians of District 5000 from Grahamstown on the Eastern Cape of South Africa. I am Bill Cliff, Foundation Chair of the Rotary Club of Konamauka and Assistant District Governor for the Rotary Clubs of West Hawaii Island. I am certain that you all recall from Governor Laurie's club visits the gentle challenge of not when did you join Rotary, but when did you become a Rotarian? Gabriella and I first visited Grahamstown in 2007. We toured 11 facilities, each the beneficiaries of the generosity of Rotarians around the world, and most with help from clubs from District 5000. I don't think it's possible to visit facility after facility proudly displaying commemorative plaques, thanking Rotarians for their generosity without emotion. Gabriella and I saw wheelchairs, walkers, and yes, even portable commodes with Rotary stickers attached. If I didn't become a Rotarian on that first visit, the 8 facilities we inspected these past 2 days sealed the deal. We have been privileged to experience the sincere gratitude to the Rotary Clubs of Hawaii over and over again. Mahalo nui loa to you all. During our club visits, Governor Laurie clearly articulated the many challenges facing Rotary, especially growing humanitarian needs contrasted with diminishing financial resources. I can assure all the clubs of District 5000 that have reached out to humanity in Grahamstown that your host club here pays extraordinary attention to detail. This includes, but is not limited to, training of and even financial participation by the grant recipients. This is where appropriate. I know that they extract the maximum value possible from every precious dollar you have so generously provided. Mahalo and aloha from Grahamstown, South Africa.
Words cannot express sufficiently how grateful we are as the Grahamstown Rotary Clubs and beneficiaries of these projects. There is no doubt that the spirit of Ubuntu links us not only with Bill Cliff, but also with his club and everyone who has supported us in District 5000.